This mini-series is brought to you by the Animates Patreon. If you want to get access to ad-free episodes, videos, and more, check out patreon.com/Animates. Hello, Space Cowgirls, Space Cowboys, Space Cow Theys, Space Cow Thems, and all other Space Cow poke in between. Welcome to another episode of the Animates Cowboy Bebop full series watch through. I am Mustang Mackenzie, joined by my lovely co-host Lever Action Lindsey.
Lever Action Lindsey! Good golly, I love it.
Just give her a crank and she'll shoot out. That's not right.
Nope. You pump action. Nope, we can't do that one either.
There's a pun in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is. And people will let us know. I'm sure they would. Yeah.
This week, we watched episodes 13, 14, and 15.
Correct.
And this was a much more somber week.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, episode 14 wasn't too bad.
Not too bad, no. But thankfully, Ed was there during all of this to provide the much needed comedy.
Correct. I love Ed. Ed's great. I'm glad Ed is now on board.
Ed is exactly what this damn show needs, because when everyone's being grumpy, seasonal depression adults, Ed is just there to be happy and goofy.
Yeah, they bring the levity and, the insane smartness to crack weird chess matches and stuff.
But episode 13,
man,
that is a very somber episode. Jupiter Jazz Part 2. Everyone's sad. Everyone's quiet or lost in thought or angry. It's full of betrayals. And it's a bit of a dark episode. But it does finish our cliffhanger from last go.
It does. I mean, plot twist for the people at home. I went and watched it right after we recorded the last episode because I was like, I need to know what happens. So I'm going to go do that, which is great because I was able to watch it. And I'm not going to lie. Originally, I was like, I was kind of disappointed. And then I rewatched it right now before we started recording. And I was like, okay, it's better than I thought it was.
So, what was disappointing about it for you?
I think I was disappointed in how I don't know. I think I was disappointed in the reason Gren was in this sort of intersex state.
Yes, forced into the intersex by drugs in prison.
By HRT, experimental HRT in prison. Because I was like, I don't know. My thing was well, if they're not taking the estrogen anymore, they would return to kind of their body, their hormones. I mean, I'm not an endocrinologist and I don't specialize in HRT or anything like that. But if you don't take the hormones, you're not going to maintain
These are space future hormones.
Oh, so they've come a long way.
They could be one of those things where it's you take them for a bit and then it's permanent, which is kind of what you want.
Yeah, I know lots of trans people that if they didn't have to stab themselves with needles every day.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I agree. This is why I didn't want to spoil it before you got here. It is definitely not the preferable method for why they are that way, but I do appreciate that they kind of accept and they lean into it and they...
Yeah, that was kind of one of the thoughts that I had afterwards was this person is still confident enough in their masculinity and their male identity that they're still living their life and they're not making themselves social outcasts or everything. So I kind of appreciated that because, male identity in society. Oh no, am I going to go on a feminist rant? Oh no.
We think we know where you're going with this one.
I'm just going to say, yes. Men can't apparently be feminine because otherwise they're no longer men, even though you can have aspects of both gender.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. Exactly. So I will leave it at that.
Yeah, we also get some backstory with how Gren got put into prison.
Yeah, he was betrayed by Vicious. So that sucks.
Yeah.
But also, am I surprised? Because he seems to be kind of his name's Vicious, and then he's also, we just know that he keeps backstabbing people.
Well, he literally gives Gren this music box that he already planted a tracker in. And then it looks like he's about to kill him, but he's just killing a spider.
It was a scorpion.
But that was pretty sweet. But man, Vicious is just a dick.
Yeah. So there's a tracker in the music box. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was
listening device.
Like, weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but Julia knew that it was something that cool.
Well, she said if it came from fucking Vicious, you should probably look inside because it probably has something.
Yep.
But,
oh, man.
Hey, you find out what happened to Spike.
Yeah, he was just shot with the tranquilizer gun, so he's fine.
Which, like, I understand his annoyance of that. Because he's you're just fucking with me now. Like, just, if you're going to kill me, just damn well kill me.
Just do it already.
His whole personality is he's just like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. And finally he's like, well, it's happening. And he's like, nope, never mind.
It makes me think of that text thread where it's like, can you take me out? And it's the person replies with, like with a gun or like to dinner. And the person responds back, I don't know, surprise me. Like that's...
That's Spike.
Yeah.
That is Spike texting a girl on a dating app. That is 100% what it is.
Man.
But I love that, like, Gren just, like...
handcuffs Faye and just leaves her on the bed for Jet to find.
Yeah, and I love that there's a brief moment where Jet's like, huh? And he rolls her over and sees the handcuffs and he goes, oh, Gren's that type, huh?
She's like, what?
I was like, damn it, Spike. Now's not Jet? The time. Damn it, both of them.
I like that we both could not get Spike or Jet's name correct.
I just, look. Look. Also, the random scene of, like, all of the contents of the fridge to, like, try and lure Ein to Ed. And I was like,
I'm ready for my souvenir.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
I don't remember this comments on souvenirs. Am I missing something?
There was in one, maybe it was the last episode or something like that, where she says like, bring me back a souvenir, and she gets some sort of like rice cakes or some sort of like chocolate rice.
Oh, and now every time they go on something, she's waiting for a souvenir.
I think.
Oh,
which is adorable, and I love it.
Oh, I fully agree. I mean, anytime my dad would go somewhere for work, I'd just be like, where's my thing? So, like, I totally understand. Where's my t-shirt? Where's my baseball? Where's my trinkets?
I know, it's like, I'm 32. My parents came back from Vietnam, and I was like, what did you bring me? Not that Louis Vuitton. Amazing. The one you got me last year is already broken.
Because it's knockoff. Oh, man.
Exactly.
And, like, the whole, like, the title, not the title card, the kind of climax of this episode is Gren going to meet Vicious.
Yeah, and saying, like, I'm sending a woman to drop off the red eye, bloody eye, whatever. And they're like, well, give Gren my regards or whatever. And then he was like, haha, surprise, motherfucker.
It is me, Gren, the whole time. You sold me out, you bastard, and now it's your turn. Because, of course, Vicious can't even do a drug deal without backstabbing someone.
Right? Oh my gosh, Vicious. Jeez, good lord. Because Lynn ends up taking a bullet for him and dying. And then we get, like, kind of a really cool spaceship fight. Oh, man. Well, yeah, like, because there's an explosive in the money or whatever it is that Gren's getting, but he kicks it back at Vicious, and it blows up. Oh, I'm stupid and did not catch that. Yeah, that's they knew that Vicious was lying, so they kicked it back at them and shot at it to blow it up early because it had a timer on it to get it back to Gren, quote unquote, for when the timer would blow up, because Vicious was, like, fucking around. Oh, man. I just thought that, I don't know what I thought there. I thought, I think I thought that Gren put something in it and pushed it back or something. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Vicious was like, you're not Gren, but I'm going to kill Gren anyways by putting some explosives in here. And you're like, shit. And then, Lynn dies and you're like, damn, bro. I know. Shit. Bro dies for fucking nothing. I know. But yeah, space fights. I love a good dog fight. The freaking cinematography in this is so cool. It's very well done. Like, just the shapes that all the, like, everything makes is really cool. I don't know. I just really loved it. And the music with it was really great. Yeah. Loved it. Anime does dogs. Here's the thing. I'm not a military dude. I'm not, like, I don't care for guns. I don't care for stuff like that. But for some reason, girl with gun animes and, like, dog fights, whether it's like spaceships or planes, is so fucking cool in anime. Mm-hmm. Just like, I love the sounds of, like, the sharp turns of these jets doing their thing, and, like, animating something like that is so incredibly hard because shit is moving like fucking crazy. Yeah, you have to really think about the physics of it in order to make it believable. And if it's off just a little bit, like, you can really tell. Ends up just looking like some stop frame Twinkle Nora Rock Me. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking Twinkle Nora Rock Me. And I'll tell you what, when there were spaceships flying in that, I was like, good lord. It was a choice.
I've seen stuff from the 40s that was smoother than that.
It's true. It's true. I almost brought one, but then you told me not to.
It's because you told me what it's about, and I was like, we can't.
It was just a bunch of cute little animals.
Oh yeah, totally. That's
going
all it
to
was.
Yeah, that was all it was.
But yeah, the dog. Here's a fun fact about that dogfight scene.
Mm-hmm.
The original air date of this episode was October 15th, 2001.
Oh no!
And there's scenes of missiles hitting skyscrapers.
Yeah, that's probably not really good to air at that time.
Yeah, so for the Toonami release in America, those scenes were cut.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that's a little too close to
9/11. Yeah.
It's only like 34 days or whatever.
Yep. Good Lord.
This show has been greatly affected by 9/11.
Yeah, it kind of came out during that time period where...
Yeah. But hey, leave it to Gren to go for the triple cross, though.
My brain is like, what? Triple cross? What was the triple cross? Oh! Putting the sound box in the bloody eye and having it explode, right?
With an explosive in the box, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I was like, hell yeah, Gren, you get your revenge. I hope this tastes super sweet for you right now.
Unfortunately, there's not much of a happy ending to this episode.
No, it's kind of one of those, like, he gets to lay it, like, choose his final resting place. Yay!
Because Gren is so ready for death, but like they also don't want to die on Jupiter. They're like, Spike, get me in my ship. And Spike's like, bro, you're gonna die. And they're like, I'd rather die on my way back to Titan than here. Mm-hmm. And like, you know what? Live as a space cowboy, die as a space cowboy, you know?
And the music during this part was so beautiful and really underscored the scene really well.
So the song playing in the background during this, which again, yeah, so beautiful. It's called Space Lion.
Okay.
It plays through this ending credit scene with this emotional moment between Spike and Gren related to Gren going off to space to die and
he
being towed out to space.
Tells him about Julia.
A little bit about Julia.
Because he says that like, Julia's dead?
No. He says, I'm not going to tell you anything about Julia, but he goes, I clearly know who you are. You must be Spike because she said so much about you.
Oh.
Which leads him to believe that she's probably still alive, but he doesn't know for certain.
And neither do I.
But this song, it is a 7-minute long song, and it plays from the ending part all the way into the credits. It replaces the credit song because it's supposed to be this very somber moment, and holy shit, does it just feel right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really liked it.
Even instead of saying, see you later, Space Cowboy, in the final frame, it asks if you have a comrade. It's like, do you have a comrade?
Mm.
Which is the first time they've changed that, I believe, in the series so far, because they really wanted to kind of make this moment like a big deal, which is unfortunate because it's powerful, but it would have been way more powerful if we got a bit more out of Gren.
Yeah, I really do wish they developed him as a character, even if they gave us like one more episode with him. But in the Netflix show, they have Gren in like 5 episodes, don't they?
Gren is a very different character in the Netflix show.
Good or bad? Oh no. Part of me wants to go watch the Netflix version that has Gren in it and see how it compares.
Not even close.
Really?
To what the current Gren is like.
Interesting.
Do you want a spoiler?
No. Maybe give me like a baby. Like, don't tell me how it ends, but give me like a little taste of like how they changed it.
They go from being... this is all just going to spoil who they are, though.
Okay, maybe I'll just go watch it after this.
let's just say they're not the military war veteran running smuggling kind of stuff.
Okay.
They work in a nightclub.
Okay.
And they're not the saxophone player.
Boo! They could have totally translated that from the OGIP. Come on.
They're very different from... I'm not saying the type of character they are is bad at all.
They just take the story in a different direction.
It's just if you showed me this as a unique individual character, I'd be like, hell yeah, hell fucking yeah. But when you tell me this is supposed to be Gren, I go, oh.
See, and that's okay. This can open up like a whole entire other discussion and stuff like that. It's like, then why are you calling this Cowboy Bebop if you're not going to do like adapt the original story and just kind of make it your own thing? Like, why not make it a like a spin-off or like its own thing? Like, why do you have to call it
because
an
they were
adaptation?
hoping they could use the name of the show and the general characters to create something that would generate lots of money and viewers on Netflix. Instead, they created something that changed everyone's backstories. Like Jet's backstory is completely different. You know, he's a family man or whatever. Like you've got Gren's completely different. Like a lot of stuff is completely different. So it's just, I don't know why they went for such a change. And I've said before, if I watch this as not thinking of it as Cowboy Bebop, it's okay. If I watch it believing this is Cowboy Bebop, it's trash. So watch it. Let me know what you think. Gren shows up in episode 2 pretty quick.
Oh, wow. Okay, good to know.
Gren is in 5 episodes.
I think it's just such a strange, I guess it's like a strange catch-22. I don't know if I'm using that term right. But it's like if you adapt something from the original IP and it goes well, even though you changed a bunch of stuff, great, you're going to make a lot of money. But also if it doesn't, you're going to bomb so hard. And people are going to be pissed that you like messed up something that they love.
Now, I do want to double down here and say, the person who plays Gren, and Gren is a character in this, they do a phenomenal job for what they are doing. It's just not Gren from Cowboy Bebop, the TV show original.
Yeah, that's
all.
Yeah.
As a like a non-binary character, they're pretty cool, pretty chill. Yeah. You'll probably really like their personality.
I feel like I will, because I like a lot of Mason Alexander Park's work. Like, I feel like they do a lot of characters that I really enjoy and find interest in watching. So yeah, I think that's like my main motivation for wanting to see this interpretation of it, just because I think that their work and their technique and stuff like that is really interesting.
And hey, maybe you'll end up loving it. Who knows? But anyways.
Again, but I'll probably have to like be like, I liked it, but not as Cowboy Bebop.
Exactly. But yeah, we end with like Gren's death. We've got the depressing rejoining of Faye with the Bebop.
Well, we have that really kind of profound moment of almost like an indigenous man sitting around a fire with a child, and the child points out like, oh look, it's a falling star, and then the elder says something along the lines of like, no, it's a warrior returning to, I don't know, it was something really profound and really cool that I thought was
it's
really
a warrior's
nice little...
tear. I can't remember exactly what they say, but yeah, that character is Laughing Bull.
Okay. It was just like a really nice little hat to place on this episode.
It was a really nice, like I said, beautiful ending with that song and everything going on. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful song, 7 minutes long. It goes hard for being so soft and beautiful.
What's funny is I think I remember listening to it when I was first listening to the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. This was before, like, when we just watched episode 1 or something like that. And that song came on and I remember being like, oh, this is really beautiful. And then, listening to the whole thing, which is an accomplishment because I need 2 to 3 minute stops for a song.
Well.
Yep.
Moving
on to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's obvious. I'm pretty sure it's obvious what the title of this episode.
Oh, it's a reference to Wayne's World, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. If you don't know what Bohemian Rhapsody is, you're probably in the 4% of our listeners who are under the age of 18.
Oh my gosh.
As apparently in the last 3 months, we've finally broken into the under 18 market.
Interesting.
It was always like 0.1%. In the last like 3 months, it's jumped up to 4.
What's up, Zoomers? We're going to go no cap. Gosh.
I hope you think our podcast is Gucci, yo.
Listen, we are... What is it? Oh, I almost said coochie. That's not the right word.
We are coochie.
We are coochie. I mean, coochie is life. Oh, damn it. Chuggy.
That's not a Zoomer term.
That one's from like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
even Gucci's not a Zoomer term, technically. I just don't know any Zoomer terminology right now.
I know. I was like, no cap.
Hold on.
Are you going to look up Zoomer Gen Z terminology? Left no crumbs?
No, that's pretty old.
No, well then, I'm not up to the date
or that's whatever. Weird. They're saying simp. Oh, Chuggy is counted as that. Okay.
Haha.
Sus.
I am hip with it. Oh, sus.
Oh, fuck off. They're saying that slay and snack are Zoomer terms.
Those aren't Zoomer terms. Those are drag terms.
They're saying no cap is a Zoomer term. That's been around since I was like a teenager. Big yikes. This is so fucking stupid. Hold on. Okay. These websites are dumb. They're like, basic is a Zoomer term.
No, it's not.
Crash out is a Zoomer term.
Was this website made by boomers?
It's Wikipedia's glossary of Gen Z slang.
Wow. A boomer definitely edited that.
Good Lord. Anyways, Bohemian Rhapsody. The beginning of this episode is super fun because it seems like the crew is like getting all these bounties. And
I know. I was like, oh, they're stacking up.
And they're like, they round up, like, they catch fucking 20 of them, but then they get no money because the rule was you only get the money if you get the head honcho.
Yep.
And it's like, these are still fucking criminals.
I know. It's like, they're still doing work. You have to give them at least something for their work.
Like a lunch ticket or something.
Come
like
on.
A coupon to Space
Cover
Taco
their
Bell.
gas money. Yeah. Oh man. So they all come together to like pool what they found, and they all have just one chess piece. And they're like, what the hell does this even mean? And they're, they're like, I don't know. And they're like discussing it. And Ed just takes the chess piece and puts it on a chessboard, and it like activates some sort of program and stuff. So it's basically an invitation to play a game of chess, virtual chess game.
Of course, leave it to Ed, who's also in this process electrocuting themselves.
Oh my gosh.
Severely. Just wiggling like a noodle on the ground. And all Faye says is, hey kid, you dead.
Oh man. It was perfect.
Also, we get another, as per usual, big shot episode. And I swear Judy's chest is getting larger in every episode of Big Shot.
Oh my gosh,
her denim shirt is getting opened more and more.
Someone's washing it on the wrong cycle and drying it at high heat.
The animators were like, clearly like, well, people are liking this show. We should, they're really liking Judy. And I swear they're getting larger.
I didn't notice.
I love that there's like a mail order company for criminals that like sends them instructions on like how to do this crime. And like, here's the thing. I love this idea of like a chess piece activating like a secret game with like a random person you're playing chess against. And it feels like geocaching on crack.
Yeah, a little bit.
But guarantee in our current day and age, it would just be used for evil. Like people leave USB sticks on the ground all the time with like hacking programs on them, hoping someone finds it and plugs it in.
Yep.
Like you can't there's no way you're going to like find a chess piece and like, oh, I know what this is. This is one of those special things. There's only like 500 in the world. And like,
it's not like a Wonka ticket.
Use it to like activate a website without the website stealing all of your fucking shit.
Yeah. I remember having to do corporate like cybersecurity training and then being like, don't pick up random USBs on the sidewalk and plug them into your computer. And I remember texting my friend who does IT and I was like, this is ridiculous. And he was like, yeah, but we still have to say it because people do it. Not you, but other people. Man, I got call control on my phone, and now scammers have decided to start texting me.
I love during all this, though, like, they're trying to get Ed to, like, join them, and Ed's just like...
Ed's busy!
Ed is playing chess.
Yep, and they were all just like, oh, Ed, just a child playing a game, without realizing that's just like she's playing against Chessmaster Hex, who is who they need to find, who is the head honcho.
Yeah, they're like, we're looking for Hex, and she's like, oh, Ed's playing Hex right now. It's like, what?
I'm sorry, say that again?
And like, here's the thing. The whole point of this episode is that this Hex guy...
Yes. Designed the gate program, and they were like, okay, we're going to build it. And he's like, no, they're not ready to build. Like, we still need to do more tests on it to make sure that they're okay. And then the company fired them and made them anyway. And that sucks. Fucking capitalism.
Yeah, and like, I love that this guy's plan is he's just like, they'll eventually have to update them, and I'm going to put in a 50-year time limit for triggering something that'll like get them back. And you're like, oh, interesting. That's a long ass time frame, but okay, sure, I get it. And then they fucking find this like Hex guy, which by the way, lives with a bunch of bohemians, which I guess also makes sense with the episode title of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yup. I just put floating hobos.
That's also true. It was a bunch of floating hobos. Which hobo's a bad term to use, but for
I know, I couldn't. And then I was like, floating unhoused.
It doesn't have quite the same sound.
No.
Because they have a house.
Yeah.
Because technically the word hobo is a specific term for someone who is a wandering nomad.
Oh, interesting. I feel like these people are.
They are. That's exactly what they are.
I think originally I put K-hole. And I went, no, that's not the right term.
It does look like there is some of that going on there, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, fun fact, all of the chess games that you see being played in this show, they are not random chess games. They are recreations of chess games from the 1800s by a famous player, Paul Charles Morphy.
How do we have records of chess games played in the 1800s? That's wild.
Yeah. Both of it's Charles Morley versus I can't remember him, but yeah, it's
chess nerds, get at us. Let us know.
Yeah, so that's pretty fun, but they find this old man
and he's just senile, which like way to play 40 fucking chess against people to get payback. Like put this bug in there to make it seem like you hack them and all this stuff, and then they try to hunt you down, like you know that you're already going to be either senile or dead. Like incredible.
He didn't know. That's the sad part here. So he did all of this plan because the website that tells all these people how to hack and steal all the stuff from the gates, all this stuff was pre-programmed to happen when they needed to do a 50-year update. And when that time came around and all the automated systems went off, he was now senile and he didn't know about his plan anymore. So all of this stuff is happening and he doesn't actually know that he's getting back at the corporation anymore. They think he is, but he doesn't know anymore. He has no idea.
I thought he did it just to like send them on a wild goose chase, knowing that he would not be like, that he did this to them 50 years ago.
No, he was going to follow up the plan, but now he's just a senile old man playing chess.
Man.
And that's why like when Jet is like, hey, we found your guy. We're not going to give him up though, because he's old and senile and he has no idea what's going on. They're like, shit. Well, what do you want from us so you don't leak all of this?
Oh, and it was just like, just leave him alone.
Yeah, because Ed would be really sad if she loses her.
I know.
Her chess opponent.
Oh, and then at the end, ends with him dying, and I'm like, no, Ed.
he could have gotten millions and millions of dollars from this. And then he's like, no, we'll keep Ed's favorite chess opponent. And then the dude beats Ed like a week later and dies anyways.
I know. Which I was like no.
Good guy spy, or good guy Jet, but also like, damn, bro.
I know. Oh, man. What an episode.
I don't know how these guys make ends meet ever.
I don't
Because I think we've only seen them up to episode 14 taking a thing like twice.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to get into episode 15 now, where we learn some new stuff about Faye.
Yeah. My Funny Valentine. Do you know what that's a reference to?
I feel like I did. Is it like a Marilyn Monroe film or something like that?
Close. It is a 1930s show tune from the musical Babes in Arms.
Oh, interesting.
But it was covered by, the song itself has been covered by people like Frank Sinatra and a bunch of people over the years.
Oh, yeah. It's a very golden age kind of reference.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we get Faye lore. Yay!
Yeah, she's old as fuck, boy.
And you think it's going to be like a cool backstory because she's like, I'll share it just with you, Ein, which is kind of adorable.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the reveal was so funny when Spike walks out of the bathroom and she's like, have you been listening to me? Or you better not have been. And he's like, I have, and you need to learn how to edit.
It's a long ass story.
Oh man, it was so good.
But like, man, yeah. I mean, we've been alluded to that Faye is old.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just remembered in an episode you like hinted at it, and I was like, wait, is Faye really old?
Oh, yeah. No, Faye's really old.
Yes.
You get this idea where you like, she did this on purpose, or was like some kind of like, being a scammer or something.
I thought it was like some sort my prediction was it was going to be some sort of like weird medical experiment that's like halted her aging or something like that.
And that she's been alive this whole time for like 50 extra years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nope.
Nope, just cryogenically frozen.
And fun fact, the serial number on that pod is the serial number for the USS Enterprise from Star Trek.
Cute!
And one of the dates on the pod is the original air date, I believe, of Doctor Who.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's pretty fun. But
I love nerds.
We originally find out, because we don't find out too much right away. We just learn that she's like, in this pod, there was an accident and they couldn't fix her with current medicines. They put her in a pod until they could.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The one thing that pissed me off about this scene, and I feel like you're going to be able to guess what it is. Why are all of her POV shots have her boobs in them?
It's why the fuck do you think?
Because it's fucking anime. And I was like, guys, her eyes would not see that. Put the boobs away.
I mean, she was laying perfectly flat, looking down as far as she could, so you probably would see titties.
No, you don't see your titties.
I can see mine when I do that pose that she was in.
Yeah, because you're no, because if your head is flat and you're like, no, you the reason my audio just got really weird was because I was trying to lay back. You don't see titty. You don't see titty.
Look, let the fans have their Faye titty.
No, it's stupid.
Is it stupid because it's titty, or is it stupid because she shouldn't be able to see them?
Both. It's stupid because it's not necessary in this moment. All it's doing is like, because like we're not in a moment where it's supposed to be like sexually titillating in any sort of way.
No, that I agree with. Okay, if you're coming from it from that, then yes, I fully agree.
Like it's just not necessary. We're trying to get like important lore, and this I can't because these stupid fucking titties are in this shot. And they don't need to be. And it's just like, can women have a story that doesn't involve sexuality? Can we just have one fucking moment where she isn't just there to be titillating, please?
It's anime. No.
Please?
Nope, not allowed.
Anime is so strange because it can either be like super empowering for women and like you can fight anything, blah, 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 or it's like the fucking worst.
Look, Lindsay, I'm not going to spoil anything, but let's just say I may have found
We're going to see her titties.
What? No, I was going to say I may have found some man service for you that's going to be coming up on our podcast, and it may get a little kinky.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Titties aside, here's what actually makes me mad about this scene.
Okay. The medical scene?
The fucking hospital bill?
Yeah. 300 million?
Good fucking Lord.
Like, no.
They're like, well, with interest and with, cryogenically freezing.
It wasn't even her choice.
She had an accident and they're like, we'll just put her in here. If you don't fucking ask to be put in there, you can't fucking charge them.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, she was either gonna die or they put her in cryogenic sleep. And I was like, people die in accidents all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why this decision was made, but also they kind of hint later on.
Well, no, we know why later on. Yeah, we understand why they chose her later on.
Oh, like in another episode?
No, in this one.
Oh, okay, yes. You might need to like clear up some things because there was a lot of misdirection, and I was just like,
Okay, so for this episode,
yes,
there's a lawyer that is assigned to her to help her with her medical stuff and her bills. Whitney Haggis, whatever his last name is. Middle name Haggis, though.
Whitney Haggis, Scottish name.
No, it was a Japanese. I think it was Matsumoto. Whitney Haggis Matsumoto.
I was just joking because they used Haggis, and then I was like, yes, and then his last name is just Scottish.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's asleep, and he falls in love with her.
Ugh.
Or so he says. Mm-hmm. And when she
Sleeping
wakes
Beauty.
up, they end up like kind of living this bit of a life together. I love the dress she gets in for the ball.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Beautiful, stunning dress. She looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
they're going on dates. They're falling in love. They're like having
driving
like just
in
a time.
convertible.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like a plane shows up and it's a fucking collection agency, which you're like, damn, this like run like the fucking mob. They're like, pull over, we'll kill you.
I know. And like, oh my gosh, how it ends with like, well, kind of ends. Like, he's like, go, I'll hold them off or whatever. They can't get both of us. And then there's an explosion. And so he's like, just dead now.
Yeah, they quote unquote kill his ass. And then, because he's dead, he leaves her all of his assets. And she's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. He really did care about me. And it's nothing but
more debt.
Because even when you die, you can't escape fucking debt. It goes on to other people.
My gosh, I hate it. It was funny because I was like, before she even like did the thumbprint thing, I was like, it's gonna be just a lot of debt. He's not leaving her money. It's just gonna be a ton of debt. And I was fucking right.
Yep. And like, it's the whole thing here is it's now like that's her past. Spike's like, you need to shorten your shit. You are a terrible storyteller.
Edit your story.
And then they're like, oh shit, we need to like go get this bounty. And they get the bounty.
And then guess who it is?
It's Spicy McHaggis.
Whitney, Scottish Haggis man. Yep. Except he's had some fat transplants,
which apparently he did on purpose to like look different. I feel like there's
that makes
better
sense.
ways to do this.
I don't know. I kind of like understood it.
I guess, yeah. But she's like, they're like, this is our guy, and she's like, hold the fucking phone.
She's like, I know who this motherfucker is, and she like looks at the barcode on the back of his neck.
She's like, you motherfucker. And you're like, they're like gonna go turn him in, and you think that she's like, they're like, Jet's like, he's gonna help her. She's like, no, she won't. No, she's gonna help her. No. And then she like takes him and you're like, oh, that she's still in love with him. She's gonna help him.
I know. I was like, I know. I was like, what? No. He literally faked his death and got you to pay off his bills for him. No, girl. Turn his ass in.
Thankfully, that's not the case. Because she's just wants questions to her like backstory. Like, who actually am I? Give me the fucking information.
Yeah. What's my real name?
And then like the police show up, and even that's not the real fucking police.
No, it's the doctor and the nurse.
Who are supposed to be dead, because this whole thing is just one giant like insurance scam.
Oh my gosh, it's
like,
insane.
And like then we get some really sad information.
Well, so she was never in an accident and she was selected. Is that what I understood? Correct?
So they tell her she's in a car accident. That's not the case.
Okay.
We haven't fully been told what her history is yet.
Okay.
But it's not a car accident, but she is taken in and cryogenically frozen. But what the problem, though, is that when the destruction of the gate happens that like destroys the moon and fucks up Earth, all of her identity was lost.
Man, that's
and
brutal.
So they realize that someone who's fully impressionable with her past, they can basically scam. And they do that. And they're just like, oh, by the way, your name? This crazy-ass doctor gave it to you because his favorite song is My Funny Valentine.
Jeez.
It's not even her.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to cause so much identity crisis.
Yeah. We do find out more about her actual past, though.
Okay. Is it through her or is it... never mind. That was a dumb question.
We'll have to get there.
Oh, well
but,
then.
Man, it would suck to not know who you are and then know that the things you do know were also fabricated for you.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
I'd be heading to Earth right away being like, I'm going to find these records somehow. Give it to me.
Or do you just go the other way and be like, fine, I'll just make I'll make it myself now. Like, clean slate, let's figure this out.
Well, that's what Spike says to her. She goes, at least you know your past. He goes, yeah, but at least now you get a future.
Yeah, it's your future that is what counts.
And that's so fucking true. And it goes to people who both don't know their past and people who don't like their past.
Yeah.
Like, our past and everything does kind of define who we are as people, but it also doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't like something about your past, you can remove that from who you are in certain ways. Like, if you were an alcoholic in the past, you don't have to have that be your future. If you wanted to be an artist, but you wasted so much time in the past not doing it, you don't have to have that be your future. You can start learning art today.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is fully defined by anything that's happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of art, though, we do end with Ein having eyebrows.
Oh my gosh!
Because Faye was annoyed that Ein reminded her of someone from her past when she was first defrosted.
Yeah. Oh,
and now he's got these thick little eyebrows.
Oh, I love Ein so much.
And you're like, sheesh.
Yeah, that was all. Man, they're really good at finishing episodes and just leaving you with like a really solid final tableau.
Oh yeah, abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah.
And we end with at least some humor from some of the dark stuff that's been going down.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll come in on our next episode where I believe we're doing 3 more again with 16, 17, and 18, where we will get into episodes with great names like Black Dog Serenade, The Mushroom Samba,
I love a mushroom.
Speak Like a Child, which is quite an interesting episode. So yeah, how are you feeling about Cowboy Bebop so far? Is it growing on you more? You understanding its love and its lore?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I find these ones okay. This is I'm gonna just keep repeating this. I find these a lot easier to follow, which I'm appreciating.
Yes.
I don't need my Charlie Day board to try and get even just the briefest sense of what's going on. Like, I like where they're taking the characters. I like the little breadcrumbs that they're leaving in terms of like slowly feeding you character backstory that they're going to come back to later on and things like that. But I'm interested to see how all these threads connect and kind of like what the final conflict or plot line or like, I'm interested to see how that is. I feel like it's going to be something with Vicious and the Syndicate and kind of that coming to almost like an end. Maybe like Spike and Vicious have like a big big battle showdown, like a shoot off, 10 paces in turn kind of thing.
Ooh, so not even just like a dogfight style, but just like a we pull the trigger and whoever lives.
Yeah, that would be interesting because it is a big cowboy-esque thing.
That is very cowboy-y.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just interested to see what it is. And I also hope that Ein is just happy and healthy throughout all of this.
Yeah, you still don't know if Ein lives or not yet, do you?
I know.
Well, everybody, make sure to check that out in 2 weeks when we hit session 5. But before that, you can check out our over 100 retro anime review episodes that we got going on, including our Neon Genesis long-form series, that you can understand why Lindsey says it's nice not to have her Charlie Day board.
Listen to me slowly lose my mind.
By the final episode, when she finally snaps and tells us how she really feels about the series,
and I don't really hold back.
So make sure to check that out at all of our Animates content. We've also got a YouTube channel where you can check out a bunch of videos and YouTube shorts where I make Lindsey blind rank a bunch of Dragon Ball and Pokemon characters and whatnot.
Gods of Destruction. Good
where
Lord.
Sometimes her hottest are the ugliest.
Man, you're cruel.
What can I say? But if you really want to support the show, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/animates and sign up there, whether it's for free or on a paid tier, which we would really love. That gets you access to all of our stuff ad free. You get access to our Discord. You get access to bonus episodes and pre-banters and extra videos and all that kind of good stuff. We also read out your name on the podcast. So we're going to start today with our supporting characters. We've got Heise Holmes, Green Beam Supreme, Cammy Chu, and Aladoris. Moving into our retro cuties, we've got Duffo, Butler Atch's Twitch is doing pretty good. Oh, and Lindsey, affiliate means I can start earning money from people watching and viewing ads.
Oh, nice. Thank you for the explanation. I have no idea how Twitch works.
We are close to it. We just don't stream there. So
no, we don't. Should we? I don't know. Let us know if we should start streaming.
We've also got Bell Dandy J. Jepson, Rewatched Macross. Do you remember Love and Forgot That? Ray Fokker was such a fucking creepy fucker.
Yep.
You're damn right.
Hell yeah, fuck off.
Also, a deep, sexy voice says relax.
Ooh.
And then moving on to our chibi champions, we've got Swamp Wizard, and Misako was summoned to another world to fight evil, but when they found out I was only level 2, they sent me back, which is a hilarious concept for an isekai, because I'm not an isekai fan, at least not modern isekai, and the idea of like, you think the series is going to be an isekai, and you're like, oh, sweet, and then you get into it, and it's like, oh, no, it's just normal slice of life. They got sent back home for being shit.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, and it's just them trying to get better so that they'd maybe isekai them again.
Oh, That'd man. You're like, take me now.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'll deal with the crazy monsters and violence.
Oh, man. It's excellent.
We'll catch you Tuesday when Lindsey is hosting. And yeah, it'll be a good time.
Woo! I'm excited.
Anyways, we'll catch you next time.
All right. Ciao, ciao, everybody.
Goodbye.